Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.
And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner. And today, where we bring you conversation that's going to inform you, that's going to inspire you, and definitely going to empower you healthy. Living, that's what we should all focus on. Today, we're honored to have Dr. Erin Mayfield with us. She's a respected leader in alternative lifestyle medicine she serves with. And she's also got so much compassion when it comes to your health. She's also works there at Health and Hope. I have that right. And today we're going to talk about habits, how we sleep, how we nourish, how our bodies, what it all conforms around, how we can take care of it, how we hydrate, and how we care for the overall well-being of our bodies. And I want to say this morning, she's going to share practical, basis things that we take for granted, that we don't know how to do when we think that we're doing the right thing. We're going to help each other out with our healthier lifestyles, more international ways of learning what it is to take care of the body. And good morning, Dr. Mayfield, and thank you so much for coming in to share with me today things I think that are so important to our community.
Well, thank you so much, Sunshine.
I mean, it is so much that I follow you a lot, and I see the things that you're doing that's so beneficial for the community. And I often try to tell our viewers that this right here, we get one of them.
Yes.
We got to take care of this. This right here, we only get one.
That's right.
And let's take care of it. And I think that what you do, and as we were talking even yesterday about the 5 practical things that we're doing. I mean, it's just so much. I just want you to take control so you can teach me today on things that we need to know about the body.
Well, it's a privilege to be here.
Thank
you.
It's
always fun to be here and talk to you.
Thank you.
And we do like to take lifestyle change, but break it down into manageable steps and things that people can relate to.
Right.
And things that they can do today. They can start these things today or tomorrow. And what we also emphasize is that taking small steps compounds over time.
Right.
So it doesn't sound like much now, but if you just start with some of these habits, 6 months from now, you feel better.
Right.
12 months from now, you feel better. Even some of these steps allow blood work to improve within 14 to 30 days.
Really?
Yeah, it's dramatic, but that's how powerful the body is to heal itself when we give it the tools to do that.
Right. And you know, I often hear, like when we were talking about the new year, everybody at the beginning of the year, oh, I've got this New Year's resolution. I'm going to start doing this. It lasts 2 days. I mean,
it's hard.
It's
sometimes.
hard.
It is.
And I hear you when you say that when you take on a change, and when you know, I think that we are aware of what we're doing, because otherwise we wouldn't say, I want to take this change, kick it off.
That's right.
We are aware that we need to make the change,
Yes.
but when it comes to taking that step, it's difficult. And what are some of the things like that when it comes to these practical ways that I see that you're talking about that we should consider, not just the first of the year, whenever just take care of you?
Yeah, exactly. Every day.
Every day.
So that's an important issue, and that is that we need to take a little time for ourselves. We need to stop and look in the mirror and say, you know, and kind of just shut out all of the external noise and say, what can I do for myself so that I can be healthier today?
Right.
And that can be very difficult to do because our lives are so busy. Life in America is very fast paced.
Yes, it is.
And when you go overseas, you realize how fast it is. But that's something that we are just born into, we're raised with. It's not on our radar.
Right.
You know, that it's that fast and that it can wear on us.
Exactly.
So one of the things that helps tremendously, and this is what I am excited to share with you today about, and that is behavior change is not easy.
No.
And sometimes we know we need it,
Right.
but we don't know what to do exactly.
Exactly.
And we're bombarded with all of this external information from different sources
Right.
telling us what to do, or there are individuals or companies that want to sell us things. So they invest a lot of money in marketing to make it look very appealing and to convince us this is the thing that we need to be healthy.
Right.
And so that's when we get into, you know, social media influencers. We get into supplements. I mean, there's just so much.
That's all over social media.
Yeah. So we just get back to basics.
Right.
We say, okay, let's just start at the beginning. And let's do these wonderful things that our body really thrives on.
Right.
And then we'll take it from there.
Right.
The other thing that we know is because there's so many, I mean, there are thousands of pieces to this puzzle of behavior change. So it takes time. And I learned that over the years being a gynecologist.
Right.
Is that one counseling session in the office just doesn't cut it. It just, you can sit and you can create a treatment plan for patients, but when it comes to improving nutrition, starting an exercise program, improving your sleep, managing stress, managing menopausal symptoms.
Oh God.
You know, I mean, and that's huge. It takes time to do that.
Right.
But the other thing that happens is that people don't have support when they leave the medical office. They get a stack of papers. They're told what to do. You know, I mean, we all have that. I have that when I go to the doctor. It's like, okay, here's your information. Go home and do this. So here's the beauty of what we're going to talk about first.
Okay.
And that is a national program administered by the Center for Disease Control called the Diabetes Prevention Program.
Okay.
And I bought one of the folders here for
Right.
everyone to look at.
Okay.
This program is a lifestyle medicine, lifestyle change program.
Okay.
It is free through the Escambia County Health Department.
Really?
And we've got licensed, registered dietitians who are also certified health coaches teaching this program, but it lasts for a year. So people come in, when they join the program, they will join and they will learn about nutrition changes and lifestyle changes and new recipes they can use at home, and they meet every week for 2 to 3 months so that they can come back and they can work on it at home, and then they can come back and ask more questions.
Okay.
And for example, the health department has agreed to come to Health and Hope Clinic and start a new
really?
cohort. So our first week is tonight.
Oh.
People still have time to join us at Health and Hope, but they can also take this course virtually. So Sky Beach is our nutritionist that's running the one at Health and Hope. And not only can you join and come in person, which of course is fun, but you can also join virtually. So you don't have to worry about getting in the car and driving a distance
Right.
to make it. So it's every week for the first 2 to 3 months. Then she continues support every other week for another 3 months, and then it's once a month for another 6 months.
Okay.
So we know that these changes take time, but this program supports people while they're doing that. And it's a no judgment zone. We just want people to be healthy and
Exactly.
open new doors.
Right.
And new experiences for them.
Exactly. Okay. Now, I'm looking at when it says diabetes, and I'm going to be transparent. Diabetes is heavy
It's
in my
heavy.
community.
It is.
Very heavy in the community.
Yes.
And I think, and I'm not a doctor, I'm just me, I think that most of it is because of what we consume. And then the lack of mobility, the lack
Yes.
of being active. I often tell when I try to speak to my friends, or I say like this, you got to be able to control what you eat and don't just rely on the medication all the time.
Yes.
Because I think by what you consume, you can prevent some of the medications that you're on.
Yes, you can.
You can prevent that.
Yes, absolutely.
But you got to be willing enough to make that change.
to experiment. Just be curious and
Exactly.
experiment.
And I think when they get that, Dr. Mayfield, they're going to see such a difference. And I say this, and I say it all, like, thank you, Lord. I'm not on anything but vitamins.
Yes.
All I
that's
take are vitamins.
beautiful. Uh-huh.
And I try to tell people that, oh, I have diabetes, I'm on diabetes, well, that runs in my family. I think sometimes that's a crutch. They say that because I have it, I don't want to make the changes to get rid of it. Am I on the right, am I headed in the right direction?
Well, yes, that happens.
Okay.
The other problem is that we, in the medical profession,
Right.
and patients have been told that it's genetics for decades.
Right.
It runs in your family. You know, sometimes people are told it's so strong in their families, just expect to get it. But in fact, you're correct. 80% of those diseases that we now know are chronic diseases are actually lifestyle related. And we
Exactly.
didn't know that years ago.
No, we
But
didn't.
we know it now.
Right.
And we know we can take control. That's
Exactly.
where we have the power.
Right.
That's the exciting part for me, is because instead of looking at someone and saying, well, as a gynecologist, well, you've got to go to your internist, and it looks
Right.
like you need medication, and internist would tell them you have to be on this the rest of your life. That's not true. We can actually make lifestyle changes, make nutrition changes. It doesn't have to be a huge exercise program. People can dramatically reduce their cardiovascular risk by walking 30 minutes a day.
I say it all the time.
Yes. So the movement is a critical issue too.
Exactly.
But we do have control. We can take control. And that's a very exciting part of this.
Now, that's another question. That's something that bothers me. And I see it a lot in my community. I see it a lot. Why is it that it's here? It's right here.
It's in the abdomen.
Yeah, it's right there. And you can see that it's smaller other places, but here, why
It's
is
there.
It? Yeah.
Well, there are a couple of reasons.
Uh-huh.
One is because of a man's hormone profile, because of the testosterone, they will gain weight in their abdomen first.
Okay.
With women,
That's for men.
That's for men. With women, before they go through menopause, when their ovaries are still functional, they can have a genetic predisposition to gain in their abdomen first or gain in their hips first.
Okay.
So you see some women that gain it here and some women gain it in their hips
Yeah.
and their thighs. After menopause, because of the hormone shift, women are also predisposed to gain it in their abdomen. And it's very difficult to lose because it's not what we see on the outside.
Yeah.
It's the internal fat that's deposited around our organs. That's a different type of fat. It's called brown fat. And it's difficult to get rid of it.
Really?
And this is where changing food makes all the difference in the world.
You can't get rid of it,
You
right?
absolutely can get rid of
Okay.
it. It takes work.
Right.
But the other thing that we know is, and it's really focusing on fiber-rich foods. When you focus on eating fiber-rich foods, which basically are beans and greens, fruits and vegetables, you give your body those healthy nutrients, those power nutrients, to feel good, to feel stronger, which in turn are lower calorie foods.
Right.
You can lose weight naturally. And then you can start to see some reversal of these other problems as the result of the weight gain. So the weight gain, one of my close friends has described weight gain and being overweight or obese as the first domino of the chronic disease problem.
Oh, really?
Yes. So when we can scale back and we can do whatever we can to even lose 5 or 10% of our body weight, that dramatically increases our blood pressure and cholesterol profile.
I can't believe, it's just amazing because I see, and I have this thing, I don't know why I do it, but when it's a visual that I get and I'll just scan and I can see.
You can see it.
I just see it because then I try to work on me
Yeah.
so that it won't go that way,
Sure.
And because I try to be an example,
Yes.
especially to the young girls.
Yes.
To
You're a
be that-
beautiful example.
I mean, thank you so much, Doctor. But
Yeah.
I try to be that example to show them to don't let it get that way. And even with the people that I work with, I have a class that we do. Class tonight, as a matter of fact. It's an exercise class.
Oh,
but
great.
what we do is we dance.
Oh, fun.
It's fun.
Yes.
But you're yet moving.
You get your heart rate up.
You get your heart rate
Yes.
up. And plus, I try to invite them out. I walk a lot.
That's fantastic.
I mean, 3 or 4 miles, we can knock it out.
You got it.
And I try to do that because I know for a fact, with my maturity level,
Yes, that's us.
that all of this helps me with my health, that I can take care of this temple that I have, and it's
It
the only
is.
one that I have.
It
And I
is.
see that it all works, but I want you to give them that part that I can't. Maybe that our viewers today are going to understand what I try to say every day, that you got to take care of this temple. You only get one. So make that one that golden one that you have. Take care of
is.
it.
Yes.
And don't rely on, take your vitamins, don't rely on all that medication. Find out from your physician. Stay close with your doctor.
Yes. So what we find is we can save a lot of money if we focus on using our money to purchase fruits and vegetables
Yep.
and beans and greens.
Right.
Because you can spend a lot of money on supplements, and supplements are okay, but supplements are still processed. They're still processed items. So our body doesn't get the same nutritional value out of a pill as it would out of eating an orange. And you've got all the
Exactly.
fiber and the wonderful compounds, the healing compounds in that orange that don't exist in a supplement.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, did you hear what she just said? You can get the same thing, but just knowing what to eat. Choose the right food.
Just create, this is why also we talk about, that's a great point.
Yeah.
We love to talk about eating the rainbow. When you go into the produce department, and I love to go, I'm a produce junkie. I love to go in the produce department and look at all the colors of the food. And all of those colors mean something because those colors reflect the type of healing compounds in those foods. So when we talk to people about, well, what do you eat? Well, you go to the produce department and choose a variety of colors. And then you will get all those healing compounds. You will get a well-rounded diet. So you've got the greens, the blues, the purples, the reds, the oranges, the yellows.
They're
That's
right there.
the
Go there
rainbow.
first.
That's the rainbow.
And you won't be tempted
And that's
to
how
get
the
on that.
Lord made it. He made all those things
Yes,
to
He
nourish
did.
us, to heal us, and keep us
Exactly.
healthy.
All of it coming
All
from
we have
the
to do
earth.
is eat it.
Eat it.
That's it.
Eat it. And stop eating all that other stuff, all those preservatives.
Just
and I
eat
think
it,
the
yes.
fact of it is something that tastes good. But you
Yes.
see, they taste good too. You just got to eat them. You got to, I mean,
Yes.
once you train your taste buds,
You train your taste buds, exactly.
you got to change your
Excuse me.
taste buds so that you'll be able to appreciate eating the eggplant. Change your taste buds. You'll fall in love with the broccoli.
Excuse me. I got a tickle.
That's okay. I
Sorry.
understand that. It happens to me too. And I've had it so bad I had to say, look, let's cut. But these are the things that we try to get. And I say this because I want the community to really be healthy. I want you to be healthy and know that you can still, you'll be even more vibrant then. Something else
Yeah.
you said that I want to talk about because I'm trying my best to do that. Stress and getting enough sleep. I want to go to break. When we come back, we're going
Okay.
to talk about stress
Okay.
and getting the amount of sleep that you need for your body.
Perfect.
Because it all works. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got questions, you want to be a part of this conversation, 850-432-7768, right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sunshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sunshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long. We're strengthening poles to better withstand severe weather. We're clearing lines to improve resiliency, and we're constantly training teams to act at a moment's notice. Because we're always working, always preparing. So when storms do hit, you can count on us. FPL, working for you every single day.
Pensacola, Wagwan. Wagwan mean what's up in Jamaica. My name is Nash, CEO of Good Vibes Jamaican Grill. Once you see me, you already know this is where the flavor, the vibes, everything is at right here at 7999 Pensacola Boulevard. If you want oxtail, curry goat, jerk chicken, and so much more, just come right here at Good Vibes. Just come on down and just come enjoy yourself. If you haven't been, you're missing out. And if you're coming, bring your friend, tag a friend or friend.
Get a fresh cut and a fresh start at AHW Barber Academy. We focus on growth. Join us at 3822 North 9th Avenue, Pensacola, for a top-notch $6 haircut while supporting aspiring barbers. Our students learn in a real-world setting, guided by experienced professionals to become licensed barbers. Need a cut or a new career? Visit AHW Barber Academy or call 850-692-9298.
And welcome back to this, what's today, Thursday? I got my days all confused because Monday we were out on the parade
That's
and it
right.
was off.
Yeah.
But today's Thursday and we're having a great conversation with Dr. Erin Mayfield. I met her, oh my God, I met you years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, before COVID.
But before COVID, and I have been trying my best, and I'm so glad of the relationship that we're developing that it can continue to get the knowledge out to the community that's needed because
Yes.
knowledge is power.
It absolutely is.
It is so powerful.
Yes.
And she's so easy to talk to. And I love
Thank
that
you so
about
much.
you. Well, let's see, somebody's got something they want to ask us
Okay,
this morning.
perfect.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Queen. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. How about you?
Oh, I'm well. I'm well by God's grace.
Amen.
Queen, I had a couple questions for Dr. Mayfield. One was, is there a relationship between sleep and the appetite? Because I remember reading somewhere that the appetites are located in the same part of the brain, or that there's a relationship between food, sleep, etc. That's my first question. My second question is, What is the situation now with children's education in terms of nutrition? I haven't been in the classroom in quite a while, or my children are out of school, so they're out of school now. But my question is whether or not there are any health programs, nutrition programs. It say raise a child up the way you will have them go, and they will not depart from it. And so a lot of times we give a lot of information to adults, and we probably need to be starting with the little ones. And so those are my two questions.
Oh, well, that's an excellent.
I'm going to hang up and listen, Queen.
All right, thank you, love.
Appreciate you. Thank you. So to answer the second question first.
Okay.
I've not been involved in the schools.
Right.
And so I'm not sure about the nutrition education. However, we certainly can find that out. It is a critical piece.
Yes, it is.
And it's a critical piece because we know from the Achieve Healthy Escarosa data that the obesity rate in children in Escambia County is over 30%, and the national average is 20%. So we're talking about 1 in 3 children. So we know there's a lot that we can do to improve that by changing the food. Right. I mean, we can change that by changing the food. But of course, it's going to take not only working on nutrition in schools, but the cafeteria menus, and also educating parents. Because really, kids eat what adults give them.
Because the parents buy the groceries.
Yeah. Either buy the groceries or buy the food
Exactly.
out. So, yeah, absolutely. I would love to see more work in this area. And I'm certainly willing to work on it with anyone that would love to talk about it. Now, going back to the sleep question, that's a great point. He actually read my mind.
Yeah.
Because sleep can affect your appetite hormones. And when you don't get enough sleep, there are numerous implications, negative health implications for not getting enough sleep or skimping on sleep. But one of them is if you don't sleep enough, which we like to see people sleep 7 to 8 hours, that's the recommended healthy amount to sleep. If you sleep less than that, then during the day, your appetite hormone ghrelin is increased. So
really?
Yes, it actually stimulates you to eat more. So, and it may be because you're fatigued. They don't know for sure, but I can suspect if you're fatigued and your body says, you're really tired, you need to eat more, you need more calories to keep going through the day.
Right.
Because you've not had enough sleep. But they have measured these hormones and shown that your appetite hormone, your drive to eat, increases if you don't sleep enough.
I did not know that.
It's newer research.
Okay.
It's fascinating research. The
Oh my
sleep
goodness.
research is amazing.
I should be eating like crazy. I mean, because I have to say, when I have a lot on my mind,
Yes,
it's difficult for me to sleep.
it's hard to sleep.
It is so hard to sleep, and I'll wake up. Then I
In the
can't
middle
go-
of the night?
Yeah.
It's hard.
I cannot go back to sleep because I got so much on my mind.
Yeah.
I had to turn to melatonin.
Did it help?
It helps.
Good.
It really helps.
That's
because
wonderful.
But what I want to also talk about, when you talk about stress, stress is one of the high killers in the Black community
Yes.
because of the stress level that we deal with. And stress is a monster.
It is.
How can we talk to our viewers about to rid ourselves of the stress that we deal with so that it won't affect us the way it does?
Well, that's a big question
Right.
because there's so many things that play into daily stress. And one of the things I think that can be very helpful is, again, circle back to taking time for yourself and reflecting on your day and what were the things that triggered
The stress.
that triggered anxiety or blues
Right.
or just having your mind race.
Right.
If your mind is racing, is your heart racing? There are actually exercises that people can learn where they can sit for 5 minutes or even 3 minutes, where they learn how to slow their heart rate and relax, and that can decrease their stress.
Okay.
So that's a fun segment to have one day.
Yeah, you got that right.
Because those things help.
Exactly.
The other thing that helps when your mind is racing is to just get a piece of paper and literally write everything down that's in your head. And we also recommend that for people before they go to bed. Write everything down that you want to do the next day or that you're afraid that you're going to forget, because that will keep you up.
Right.
If you wake up in the middle of the night, quickly get up, get that out of your head, and go back to sleep and close your eyes and say, yes, I know I'm going to take care of this tomorrow. Everything will be okay. You know, meditation helps. Doesn't have to be a long time, like 2 or 3 minutes. Prayers can help, but get all of those things that are racing around in your head out on a piece of paper.
Right. So when we're talking about this, I want to go back to really focus on this with the diabetes, right? Fried foods.
Yes.
That's
So, yes, that trigger diabetes or that drive insulin resistance.
Yes.
What drives insulin resistance? What prevents your body from utilizing the glucose that you're eating?
Okay.
And that's part of insulin resistance. You know, you eat food and your body breaks it down into molecules that it can use for fuel, which is sugar and fat. And insulin helps process that in the tissues. However, what we know is that because plant foods have all of these healing anti-inflammatory compounds, you know, and they have the fiber, it has fiber that helps you digest your food appropriately, but also foster the growth of the healthy bacteria in your gut. That's a critical issue in mental health and sleeping too. However, so we get back to animal foods. Only animal foods contain saturated fat, which means only animal foods contain cholesterol. So if you're having trouble with cholesterol, if you substitute beans for meat, focus on your fresh foods and cook at home, you can drop your cholesterol 30 points in 2 to 4 weeks.
Really?
Yes, by changing what you eat. So when you eat food that's high in saturated fat, which is the meat, dairy, and eggs, your body digests that, and those fat particles are actually absorbed into your bloodstream. Now, usually accompanying that is salt, and that's another one of our points for healthy living that we can do today, and that is limit salt intake to 1,500 milligrams a day. But 1 teaspoon of salt is 2,300 milligrams.
1 teaspoon?
1 teaspoon is 2,300. So so we're using salt very sparingly, but basically not at all.
Right.
But we use other spices to make things taste good.
Right.
You know, so paprika, cumin, parsley, cilantro, oregano, all of those things help make food so flavorful without the salt.
Question, is there a difference in the white salt and that pink salt? I switched from the regular white salt.
Right, to the pink Himalayan salt?
Yes.
So the pink Himalayan salt does have minerals in it that regular white salt does not.
Okay.
It is not iodized, so it doesn't have the iodine in it for your thyroid. However, all salts have the same number of milligrams of sodium per teaspoon. And you wouldn't know that by what you hear in the media.
Because I thought, okay, let me switch, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, maybe it is a little bit better. But because I do have this thing, I will put salt because I love that little flavor it gives it. I taste it a little bit.
Just measure it.
Right. I don't put a whole lot.
Yeah.
And
like a pinch is not going to kill you.
Exactly.
Right? You know.
And my thing is, I want to be so healthy that I can tell somebody else. I think when we talk about health, I receive it better if I can look at you.
Yes.
If I look at you, now I'm going to hear everything you're saying because I'm looking at you and I see that you are doing what you're telling me about.
I do.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because if you're not, then why am I going to listen to you?
Yeah, exactly.
And
you need to practice what you preach.
Practice
live
what
it.
you preach.
I mean, we live it.
Exactly.
But I love it.
Exactly.
That's just it. I feel wonderful. I just had my 69th birthday. I'm just like full speed ahead. And it's just a fabulous way to live through your 60s.
Exactly.
It is.
Oh, wow. Somebody else want to ask us something. Let's see what the time.
Okay,
I love
let's
it.
do.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Ardelia.
Good morning. Good morning, Ardelia. How are you, love?
I'm good. I'm a nurse, and I always encourage my patients when I work at a clinic to talk to your doctor about stuff. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I think is very important is chronic kidney disease.
Yes.
Can you ask if there's anything you can do to prevent dialysis? Because a lot of people go on dialysis every day, and I'm sure that the body is amazing and it can heal itself.
Yes.
So what can you do other than cut your salt and increase your water to heal your kidneys?
Wow.
That's a fabulous question.
That's right. Go, Ardelia. But you're a nurse, right? Okay.
Well, I'm so excited that you have brought up kidneys. And I love to talk about kidneys because most people don't talk about kidneys. We hear a lot about heart attacks and strokes, which is also a critical issue, but so is the kidney issue.
Right.
And I know that the kidney disease is very high also in the Black population.
Yes, it is.
And that breaks my heart too. And I have an excellent slide. I don't know if we're able to publish it later or maybe put it on your Facebook page.
We will.
It's a slide that shows the acid load to the kidneys for different foods that you eat. And so acid load to the kidneys, when you look at acid load to the kidneys, acid load is created by the foods that you eat. And it causes low-grade damage over time. We're talking about years. So acid load to the kidneys is like cigarette smoking is to lungs.
Okay.
You know, you smoke for years and it takes a long time to actually do damage to your lungs.
Right.
Well, acid load to the kidneys is the same principle. So what we know is, and it circles back to, what foods do we eat that create an acidic environment in our body? What foods are neutral? And what foods are anti-inflammatory and alkaline?
Okay.
And it still shows that it comes down to animal protein creates an acidic environment in our body. And excess consumption of animal protein slowly damages the kidneys because of the high acid load in the bloodstream all the time digesting it. Because what do kidneys do? Kidneys filter toxins.
Exactly.
And so it's their job to process the acid load to the kidneys.
Oh, wow.
So
You
yeah,
took-
it absolutely is. So diet has everything to do with acid load to the kidneys and kidney damage.
Everything that we put in here affects this whole.
It absolutely does.
So we need to be putting the
Yes.
right thing here.
Yeah.
I mean, what goes in here will affect how this is.
It's everything.
Unbelievable. Did I answer your question, Ardelia?
Yeah.
She said, oh, yeah.
So what we do, Miss Delia, is we help people by encourage them to substitute beans for meat. And it doesn't have to be every day, but if people can start eating beans a couple times a week, if they can focus on eating their vegetables and their fruits before they eat the other heavy foods, because I know there are people that say, I love my meat, but if you can eat those other things first, and
Then
then
you won't eat as much meat.
and then you won't eat as much meat. Allow your space to do those things that you love, but let's try to concentrate on these other foods first, and see how it evolves. But I suspect because people just feel better when they eat fiber-filled foods.
Wow.
You know, you just wean yourself off naturally.
Okay.
That happens frequently.
Absolutely. So Ardelia, we got to start weaning ourselves off. We're going to teach people how to wean ourselves off all that meat.
So I know meat is a good source of protein, right? And so are those protein drinks, are they damaging too?
Well, thank you so much for asking that. I mean, these are such amazing questions. So we do know that meat is high in protein. What most people are not familiar with is the protein content of beans. And all fruits and vegetables have some protein, not a lot.
Right.
But beans are very high in protein, and beans are high in a healthy protein.
Okay.
So the protein in beans doesn't damage the kidneys. The protein in
I
meat
see.
can damage the kidneys.
I see the difference.
Yes, and the same thing applies with iron. Meat contains an iron called heme iron. That's an inflammatory iron that can promote cancer growth. Plants have non-heme iron, and it does not promote cancer growth. So there are all these components of these different food groups that have been studied extensively and that we take very seriously when we encourage patients to consume, foods or eliminate foods one way or the other.
Exactly. You see now we got to get rid of that unhealthy protein now. Okay, Ardelia.
And so the protein drinks are primarily dairy-based. They use the whey protein, which is a byproduct from the dairy industry. So when you buy a protein drink, you want to buy non-dairy protein drinks.
I got
Or
you.
there are protein powders you can put in your smoothies that are non-dairy protein powders. They're plant-based protein powders. But the other thing that you can do is if you're making smoothies and you want to increase your heart healthy protein and your kidney healthy protein, you just put a dollop of tofu in there.
Then that
In
takes
your
care of that.
smoothie, and that takes care of your healthy protein.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Adelia.
You're welcome.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, love. Ladies,
Okay, bye-bye.
thank you, love. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we're having a great conversation today. I tell you, Dr. Mayfield is answering some questions, some things I didn't know about that I'm still catching on to because I was doing the proteins, okay?
Yeah.
But we are about to go into our Black History moment in 2 minutes today that's being brought to you by my good friends there at the Barber Academy on Fairfield Drive, right here on Sunshine's Corner.
As the United States struggled to make it through the Great Depression of the 1930s, a number of charismatic religious figures emerged, appealing to weary citizens desperate to survive the seemingly endless dark days. Among them was a man who called himself Father Divine. A complicated and sometimes contradictory figure, Father Major Jealous Divine can best be defined in the New Thought tradition, the power of the mind and of positive thinking to alter the world around us. Father Divine's message was that he was God in the human body, come to usher in the kingdom of heaven on earth. There were conflicting accounts about Father Divine's origins, but he would eventually found a group called the International Peace Mission Movement in the 1930s. He taught his followers that they should relinquish their money and all other worldly possessions, instead preaching celibacy and communal living.
Members lived in celibate, sex-segregated communal residences and would either work in peace mission businesses or they were domestic servants who would then kind of pour their income back into these communal enterprises.
Father Divine would be accused of exploiting the labor, possessions, and wealth of his followers for his own personal gain. But members of the Peace Mission were fervent believers, and many remained devoted, receiving food and clothing at a time when many Americans were suffering from the Great Depression.
In the midst of the Great Depression, Father Divine and his Peace Mission were actually the largest property owners in Harlem. And not only did they provide places for Harlem residents to live, Peace Mission provided food for many hungry, impoverished, out-of-work Black New Yorkers.
He was also a vocal, active opponent of segregation and lynching in Jim Crow America.
They had an anti-lynching petition that they circulated throughout Black America that had over 250,000 signatories.
You never get federal legislation, but they did raise the visibility of the problem and perhaps prevented some additional harm and violence.
Though the Peace Mission movement lacked staying power, Father Divine remains a pivotal figure in the early 20th century.
And welcome back. Of course, that Black History thought there was brought to you by the Barber Academy right there on Fairfield Drive, where you can get your license in 8 months. And I tell you, thank you so much, Ace, for being that person that walks with me. We're talking with, I'm finding so much out even after we're off camera. Yeah. But everything boils down to what you put in your mouth. That food that you are consuming. Mm-hmm. Even when it comes to cancer, there's some forms that are
diet-driven.
Diet-driven. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable. You said even prostate?
Yes.
Cervical?
Not cervical.
Okay.
Prostate, breast, and colorectal.
Oh my goodness.
Are at the top of the list.
At the top of the list because of what you eat.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
It's true. That and alcohol. Alcohol is also been classified as a class 1 carcinogen.
Alcohol?
And we
I don't drink, never have.
Yeah, and so we know that women who regularly consume alcohol increases their risk of breast cancer.
Really?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's just terrible.
Unbelievable. Give me my water and my.
That's it. The water. That's all you need.
No, I do my coffee, but.
And coffee. Oh, I'm with you. We gotta have our coffee.
I gotta have my coffee.
You drink your coffee, whatever tastes good.
This is amazing. But I think this is what we need to find out, and not be afraid to talk about it.
Yes.
Because sometimes we're afraid to talk about the things that are right there in our faces that are affecting us. Because I think it's because I want to satisfy me. I mean, when I say me, I'm just talking about a person.
Right.
Well, I'm just going to do a little bit, because if you do a little bit today, then a little bit tomorrow, then a little bit the next day, that little bit become a big bit.
That's it. It adds up.
It
Absolutely, it adds up.
And you wonder why is it that you're having these symptoms, and when you're feeding it yourself.
Yes.
And I say this because I try my best so hard, and I thank God that I do pretty well. I'm very, very, very mindful of what I eat.
Mm-hmm. That's
very
fantastic.
Of
That's
what
wonderful.
I eat.
Yeah.
Because I plan to be here a long time.
That's it. That's it. And we need to fight for our health every day.
Exactly.
We really do.
Exactly. And with the information that you're giving us, and are there any other illnesses that's at the top of the list that's preventive by knowledge, giving ourselves the knowledge we need so we can back off the wrong things that we're doing? Like we talked about the diabetes, we talked about the cancer, and with my people, I don't know how to motivate them to get up, to move, to get up,
to start to do something,
to start to do things, and don't just say, "Well, I got to go get this pill,"
right?
Because it's gonna make me feel better. But then I think if you do so many of those pills, that's gonna end up, building up too.
Yes.
Am I on the right path?
Absolutely. So what we know now is that there are no prescription medications that can restore health.
I like that.
And so if I have a quick little story, it's about when I was a medical student, which was a very long time ago. It was in the early 80s. But we were doing our rotations, and in the early 80s, we didn't have Lipitor. We had no statins to bring cholesterol or triglycerides down. So if you had a high cholesterol triglyceride, we could identify it in a blood test, but there were no medications to bring it down, and so we just knew that you had it, and people were told to eat a low-fat diet, whatever that was at the time, and you just died at a young age, and it was horrible.
Right.
That's what I experienced, and that's when we used to draw blood work in the doctor's office,
right?
And we had the centrifuge in the lab, and
exactly.
So you draw the blood and you spin it down in the lab, and my attending physician would run out with a couple test tubes of blood, and the red settles to the bottom and the top is supposed to be clear, and it was all cloudy.
Oh, it is?
It's all cloudy.
I'm learning.
It's supposed to be clear, but it was all cloudy, and he said, this is what a high cholesterol looks like. And so the point of that is, and I think the way that people can relate to that, is that when you eat foods that are greasy, if you're cooking food and you have grease on your fingers, or there's grease in the pan, or there's grease that you don't want to put down the drain because it will clog the drain.
Think about what's going in here.
If you eat it, it is absorbed into your bloodstream, and then it's circulating in your bloodstream, and along with the salt that causes damage, that's how it seeps into the walls of the blood vessels and creates coronary artery plaque. If that breaks up, you can have a heart attack or a stroke. So that's also a slow process, but it's very practical to have these images in your mind. So, and I never forgot that. I never will forget that image of that test tube with that cloudy serum and knowing that that was high cholesterol. So along came Lipitor. That was the first statin, atorvastatin. And we were like, oh my gosh, the heavens have opened up, and no one's ever going to have a heart attack and stroke again because it was so powerful in dropping cholesterol and triglycerides. Right. Well, here we are 30 years later, 35 years later, and has that happened? No, it hasn't. We can postpone the inevitable by using medication. We don't want people to come off of their medication because they need it, but we want them to know that they absolutely can reverse these issues.
You can slowly wean yourself off of that, and doing by adding other things?
By changing your lifestyle. So that's the goal. If you change your food, literally you can change your life. You can get off, most people will be able to get off of cholesterol medication if they change their food, eliminate the cholesterol containing foods that they're eating, start their movement program, and the weight's going to come off, and they can wean themselves off some of these medications.
Unbelievable. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you're hearing this. Because don't become so dependent. Because I love the word you use, that the inevitable.
Yes.
By doing certain things, that's the inevitable. That's going to happen.
We can postpone some of these things. We
Right.
can postpone maybe heart attacks and strokes. But if we don't change the food, we can't really change our lives.
Right.
And
it's going
and there are exceptions to everything. I'm not saying that 100% of people can do this and have wonderful results. And I certainly don't want people to abandon traditional medicine.
Of course not.
We need to work together.
Right.
For the betterment of people's lives. And it's a slow change. That's why we've got the diabetes prevention program, to help people take this a step at a time and then experience this joy and liberty of getting off medications, feeling better, and losing weight naturally.
No doubt about it. We had another call, so I want to ask you something else.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonshine. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there, love. How about you?
I'm doing very well. I wanted to ask the doctor a question about if she could talk about like inflammation. Would she think what type of food that people may eat that cause inflammation, and what we could do to kind of decrease those inflammation flaring up?
Oh, we can absolutely do that. So that's a fabulous question, because we know it's the inflammation, that internal inflammation, that can drive all of these chronic diseases. And for everybody it's different, but for some people they have more than one chronic disease. So actually the food that you choose to eat changes your internal environment. And anti-inflammatory foods are going to be the plant foods. They've got all those healing compounds in them. So when you eat beans, greens, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, you are automatically eating anti-inflammatory foods that are healing. When you eat the dairy, cow's milk products, meat, and any type of meat, and that includes fish, and eggs, those are all inflammatory, and that changes the internal environment.
Eggs and fish?
Eggs and fish are also inflammatory because it's animal products.
Unbelievable. Did you hear that, Eric?
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I just ate me a bowl of grapes just a second ago.
Good for you.
That's a little help.
No, it's great. And the compounds in grapes are the same compounds that are very healing and heart healthy, and it's much better to eat grapes than drink a glass of wine. That's another myth that has been scientifically proven to be inaccurate, is to drink that glass of wine at dinner. That is not healthy.
I wouldn't. I never thought that was healthy, and I'm not halfway of anything about medicine, but I never thought that could be healthy.
Yeah, you are right.
I mean, but thank you so much, Eric.
Thank you so much, Sonshine, and please have the doctor come back home, because she just provided us a wealth of information.
I tell you, she is. I mean, she is so filled with and so easy to talk to. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
You're
sir.
welcome. Have a blessed day.
All right, you too.
Same
Bye-bye.
to you.
We got to go take another break. When we come back, and we want to talk about how people can get into Health and Hope, where you are.
Perfect.
Okay?
Yes.
And so we can even talk about the things that you can find out by visiting Health and Hope to take care of this temple that you have. Stay with us. We're going to talk more with Dr. Mayfield right here on Sonshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
My name's Kelly McLeod. I'm the owner of Bella Magazine. Bella is a source of uplifting and inspiring content for the women of Pensacola.
I think the magazine is just so thoughtfully done. There's a lot of attention to detail. The stories are really good.
You've got seriousness, you've got fun, education, fashion. It just encompasses everything.
Women are multidimensional, and so is Bella.
From the efficiency of American natural gas and the dependability of nuclear power to the strength of Florida's Sonshine and the flexibility of advanced battery storage systems. We leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state, ensuring reliable, low-cost power for your home or business whenever you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner on this Thursday. We have Dr. Mayfield in with us today from Health and Hope Clinics right here in Pensacola. And I tell you, we were talking about some things. I want to talk now about Health and Hope, how they can help people. Some of us think because we may not have the insurances that we need, or we're lacking another thing, and things good, a bad thing happen to good people. Sometimes you may go through something and you need this help, but there are ways they can get the help there that can be given to them that's in need of it, right?
Absolutely.
Talk about that.
Oh, I'd love to. I'm so proud of Health and Hope Clinic, and I consider us a medical clinic of excellence.
Yes.
We have an outstanding executive director, Sally Burgosh. She not only finds the funding to run the clinic, it's not dependent on taxpayer dollars.
Right.
It's all grants and philanthropic donations, very generous donations from our community.
Right.
So we're very grateful for that. But she was also able to fund a health and wellness wing that we opened about 1.5 years ago. And the health and wellness wing is particularly important because we have separate private space that we can do mental health counseling.
Okay.
We have a lovely new mental health director who is also a master's level certified counselor, Matea Suarez.
Yes.
And she has started public support groups to help with stress and mindfulness. And I believe she has a men's health group also, or it may be one of her other associates that has one. However, we've got a whole list of public classes that are available. And if you go to the Health and Hope Clinic website and look under the events tab, it will drop down and you can see all of the things that are open to the public.
Unbelievable.
It is. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful and it's there for you. So please, ladies and gentlemen, take heed to what we're talking about. We're putting the information out there so you can it's accessible to you. That you can take those necessary steps to make sure that you are taken care of. Don't sit around and go through something that you don't have to go through because of maybe you're thinking you're lacking in one area. Do what you got to do to take care of you.
Yes.
And with the fact that everything that's offered there, even from the diabetes, the programs that are out there you're teaming up with the health department that's bringing that to our communities.
Yeah.
And number one, please take these points down on how to eat.
That's critical.
It's
a critical issue.
Critical.
It's like a life and death issue. It really is.
I never thought about putting the tofu in one of my smoothies, but I'm going to try that.
Just throw it in your smoothie.
But it's the fact of it is that there's so many ways that we are not aware of. Thank you. I just got this thought. Yeah. I know that sometimes in our communities, I hear people say, but to eat healthy is so expensive. Oh, eating healthy is so expensive.
Yes.
What's more expensive? This?
That's right.
All the foods.
And all the pills.
And all the pills.
doctor visits. And the copays. And the time.
All that.
Time you take off of work to just try to take care of it. It's expensive.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you don't want to invest into that. I call when you invest in something that's good. It's like when you invest in a home. You got a long time to pay that $152,000 or $300,000.
Yes.
But you investing in something.
That's right. Yes.
Your lifestyle.
Yes.
Your longevity. Invest in this.
Yes. It's beautiful.
Invest in this. And you'll find out some of the things. Once upon a time, I would not eat an eggplant, but now I love them.
I know. I've got a good recipe for you, too.
Oh, okay, then, because I love I love that, but what I'm trying to get our viewers to understand is take these steps to take care of ourselves so we can do some preventive steps.
Yes, absolutely. Because we can do a little bit every day.
Yes.
And it compounds into being huge steps in the long run.
Exactly.
So it is.
And it sounds like Health and Hope offers everything. When I say health and hope, listen to that again.
That's it.
Health and hope.
Yes.
And it's there for you.
And it's a faith-based organization,
yes.
too. So if people want to tap into our spiritual staff, they're
you got that there too?
We've got spiritual staff that are on site, and we have a special prayer room, and people can, can ask to talk to them and pray with them, and they'll pray for you. So we've also got, we attend to all dimensions.
That is, that's healing for the entire body.
Healing for the entire body. It is.
That is so beautiful. I did not even know that was there.
Yeah, it's great.
But I think that is something that we need, whatever it is. That connection you have with your superpower.
That's right.
With
our Creator.
Our Creator.
He says he made this beautiful body.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
In his own image. I think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
tell you, Dr. Mayfield, the time has just gone by so quickly, but I cannot thank you enough. I do want to leave the door open so in the future that I can have you back so we can talk about.
It would be a privilege to come back.
To talk about other things, because I know that even judging from the viewers that were calling today, what we talked about, they have questions too, and I know we only touched a little bit.
I know, and it resonated with them, and I'm very grateful for that.
Really, I am. Thank you so much for taking the time to come in with me today, okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate being here.
I appreciate you more. Ladies and gentlemen, remember now, this show will come back again this afternoon at 6 o'clock, but I want to leave you as I do every single day. Never, ever, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember this. If you keep God first in whatever you do, I believe in my heart that you'll be a total success. So until tomorrow for another day of sunshine, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone, and learn to eat right. Learn to eat right. Feel this with the right foods. Bye for now. Thank you so much.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.